received this letter from a man who claimed something strange happened to him and his friends back in the 1980s. They were just trying to find a shortcut, but what they found instead has haunted them for decades. It was a weekend in the summer of 1984. There were 4 of us: me, Rick, Steve, and my little sister, Ellie. We'd borrowed my dad's car and planned a short road trip to a lake a few hours out. We were using a paper map, of course. No GPS back then. At some point, we saw a narrow road that wasn't clearly marked. Rick joked it was probably a shortcut and convinced me to take it. At first, everything seemed normal, just a quiet country road surrounded by trees. But after about 15 minutes, something felt off. The road narrowed even more, and the trees seemed closer, denser, like they were leaning inward. And there weren't any signs, no intersections, no houses, no animals. We started to joke less and look around more. Ellie said it felt like we were driving into a tunnel made of forest. 10 minutes in, the road narrowed even more. The trees looked wrong, taller than they should have been, too close together. The light dimmed like a storm was coming, but the sky was clear. "I think we missed the turn," Rick said, slowing down. "Should we go back?" Steve asked from the passenger seat. "There's no space to turn around," Rick muttered. "We'll keep going a bit until we find a wider spot." The further we drove, the stranger it all felt. The trees now looked almost identical. Their trunks too straight, branches too symmetrical. Ellie whispered, "Do you guys feel weird, like we're not supposed to be here?" None of us answered, because she was right. The road became gravel, then dirt. Then it split into 2 without warning. No signs, no marks. "Left or right?" Rick asked. "Left looks wider," I said. "Go that way." He did, but after a few minutes the trees got even denser. Now their branches scraped the car. "We need to turn around," Steve said. "Now." Rick finally found a tight spot and backed up slowly. It took several minutes. We were all tense, not talking. The forest was too quiet. When we got back to the fork, something was wrong. The other path, where we originally came from, was gone. "No way," I said. "This can't be right." We finally made it back to the highway. The familiar signs, the sound of fast cars rushing by. It was like we'd escaped something we couldn't name. For a while, no one spoke. Then Rick suddenly said, "What if we go back, just to check? I want to see what the sign actually said." "You're kidding," Steve said, still pale. "You want to go back there?" "Just to the turnoff," Rick insisted. "We don't even need to go down the road." We agreed hesitantly. It didn't feel dangerous anymore, not here on the main road. So we drove a couple miles back, scanning the roadside. Nothing. No side road, no sign. Just solid trees and a continuous metal barrier. We turned around again, driving slowly, eyes peeled. Still nothing. "Maybe we passed it without noticing," Ellie suggested. But we went back again. Drove even slower. Counted every signpost, every mailbox. It wasn't there. "Wait," Steve said, suddenly pointing at something on the ground. "What's that?" In the grass near the ditch was a sheet of paper, half wet from dew. Rick picked it up. His face changed. It was a hand-drawn sketch of a road sign. Brechtwood, the kind used on state highways. It had the name of the town we remembered. But it wasn't metal. It wasn't official. Just a picture. Left in the grass. And we don't know if we missed the turn by just a few feet, or if we were never meant to find it again. Please, if anyone out there has ever heard of a place called Brechtwood, reach out. Tell me it's real. Tell me I'm not losing my mind. We weren't dreaming. It happened. Okay, that's eerie. I've heard of weird places like that. Off map, hard to reach, vanishing when you turn your head. Listeners, if any of you have heard of a place called Brechtwood or experienced anything like this, please let us know. We'd love to hear from you.